Today's a pretty cool junkyard find video. This is probably the most talked about car on my Facebook page and Instagram in quite a while. If you haven't checked it out already, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram is all Mesquite Automotive. Anyway, first look, you're like, okay, this is a 80s Mercedes 190E. What's so special about it? Someone put Bilsteins on it. Not that big a deal. Well, here's what's left of it that really makes it special. This is a 16 valve COSWORTH Mercedes. They only made 2,000 of these. They had a special 16 valve 2.3 liter engine made by COSWORTH. But to go along with that, the car is just filled with all sorts of stuff that makes it unique. Most of the stuff I actually already pulled because it's worth quite a bit, but there's a whole body kit that went along here. There's like trim panels that go along, special spoiler, special front and rear bumpers, special door panels. Now, as you can see looking at the interior, this car was absolutely a flood car. It's still muddy on the inside. It was pretty bad. When I drained out the transmission and differential, and water just poured out of it. Oh, and another thing, this one actually was a manual too. It's not an automatic, and it has the dog leg transmission. So first is over and back. Top Gear made fun of this, and James May kept putting it in reverse because it's opposite of what you think it'd be. Yeah, it's got special, these are supposed to be like Recaro seats, different from the regular 190E. I pulled the gauge pod. I suppose I could put some stuff in editing and so you can actually see it, because since I took away a lot of the stuff. There's 3 gauges right here, and the middle one is a lap timer, which is pretty cool. It's made by VDO, and I'm a fan of VDO gauges, so not usually see VDO lap timer before, or I've never seen a VDO lap timer before is what I'm trying to say. These cars originally had the self-leveling suspension. This car, someone had replaced that with with H&R sport springs, so I pulled those. This whole engine bay was just filled with mud and dirt and leaves and everything else, and you can see the remnants of the stuff I cleared out just to try and get the intake manifold off, the head off, a bunch of other stuff that I took. Unfortunately I can't get the side skirts because they are sitting on those. I suppose I can get a hoist and try and lift it up, but I'm not gonna mess with that. The diff's still there. Oh, and yeah, this car had very low miles. This car only had 105,000 miles on it, very low miles. So I assume it was in pretty decent condition before it got filled with water. I even took where the med kit back there is, and that had standing water in it. When I took all the engine parts off, like the intake was filled with water. Everything was just filled with water. It was pretty bad. So I'm hoping to salvage the intake manifold, but somebody else pulled the transmission. Hoping to salvage that, because all these parts are pretty rare and valuable, and even in this condition, people are going to try and save it. So that's the thing about junkyards, that, you know, one gets sacrificed, but it helps many others live on. That's the way I like to think about it. So it sucks that such a cool car like this is gone, but others can benefit from it. Hopefully. Either that or parts will just sit at someone's house forever, and then eventually they'll get rid of them. It's got special trim right here that I took. Come on. I think I showed you the back seat, but oh, someone took the whole Center console too, I didn't take that, but I guess this is called the Zebrano wood, special wood trim that's on it, so a lot of stuff on this car is pretty special and unique to it. I don't think it said, yeah, it doesn't say COSWORTH on the engine, but it did have like a special on the valve cover. It said 2.3 16, I think. Pretty sure I have the valve cover at my house. I was cleaning it up. But yeah, I'm gonna pull the front sway bar, or someone else did. Someone already pulled the front sway bar. Okay. But yeah, this is a pretty special car. These headlights, though, some people might be like, "Oh, they're E-codes, pull them." They're actually, and here's a little tip of advice: Depot. They're aftermarket ones, so they're pretty cheap and not as good quality as like the original Bosch ones. So they're usually not worth pulling because people can buy them brand new for almost the price that what the Junkyard sells them for. That's how cheap they are. So yeah, this was once a pretty cool car. I got the header today. I mean, even just look at that header. That's a quality piece of work right there. And this is an 86, so you don't usually see headers that sophisticated and crazy. But it's a pretty low numbers car too, so I guess you can get away with something like that. Yeah, there it is. Mercedes 190E 2.3 16 valve COSWORTH. Pretty unique and rare car you don't see in the junkyards.